Welcome to Farming Aid and welcome to a world where cattle aren't just livestock, they're living legends. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most iconic and jaw-dropping breeds on the planet, the AnkoleWatusi. With horns so massive they look almost unreal and a presence so majestic it could rival royalty, these animals have earned their title as the king of horns. But there's so much more to these magnificent creatures than meets the eye. From their ancient African origins to their modern rise as global icons of beauty, resilience, and cultural heritage, the AnkoleWatusi cattle will leave you speechless. Whether you're a farmer, a livestock enthusiast, or just someone who loves powerful stories from the animal kingdom, this is one breed you've got to see to believe. So sit back, hit that like button, and let's take a journey into the world of the AnkoleWatusi cattle like you've never seen before. Originating in the heart of Africa, particularly in Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi, the AnkoleWatusi cattle have a lineage that stretches back more than 6,000 years. Their ancestors were among the earliest domesticated cattle known to man, and their survival is a testament to natural selection blended with cultural refinement. For the pastoralist communities like the Tutsi and Bahima people, the Ankole wasn't just a food source, it was wealth, status, spiritual identity, and a connection to their land. These cattle were bred for resilience, beauty, and pride, not just productivity. The massive horns, which are rich in blood vessels and serve as an efficient cooling system, allowed these animals to thrive in harsh African climates where other breeds might collapse under the heat. This natural thermoregulation gave them an evolutionary edge, but also a distinctive silhouette that would become the breed's trademark. The horn structure of the AnkoleWatusi is both its signature and its marvel. While many cattle have horns, none carry them with the grandeur and balance of this breed. The horns can weigh over 20 pounds each and serve multiple purposes beyond aesthetics. They are used for defense, for asserting dominance within the herd, and most importantly, they act as radiators that help regulate the animal's temperature. Inside these horns are a complex network of blood vessels surrounded by a spongy core, allowing heat to dissipate as blood circulates. This isn't just a quirky trait. It's a life-saving adaptation that allows them to graze under the scorching African sun without overheating. In essence, their horns are not just ornaments of power, they're instruments of survival. But it's not only their horns that steal the spotlight. The AnkoleWatusi also possesses a striking coat that ranges from rich mahogany and deep burgundy to gleaming whites and speckled roans. Their hides often shimmer in the sun, and their lean yet muscular bodies give them a statuesque posture that makes them look as if they were carved from bronze. Each step they take seems calculated, regal, and deliberate, making them look less like common cattle and more like parade beasts meant for kings and queens. When they move, the rhythm of their steps echoes generations of tradition, herding across plains that have witnessed centuries of survival and heritage. In Uganda, the AnkoleWatusi is more than just a breed, it is a national symbol. Farmers treat these cattle with reverence, sometimes even singing to them or adorning them with beads and ceremonial decorations during cultural festivals. Ownership of a large or particularly majestic Ankole bull can bring a family immense prestige in their community. In many traditional societies, cattle were a form of currency and were used in dowries, disputes, and spiritual offerings. To own a herd of AnkoleWatusi was to own honor, influence, and power. Their value extended beyond meat or milk. They were icons of prosperity and proof of stewardship. These cattle weren't raised to be eaten. They were raised to be admired, loved, and inherited. Despite their legendary status in Africa, the AnkoleWatusi cattle have captured the imaginations of ranchers and breeders around the globe. In the United States, they are now considered exotic and elite. Breeders in Texas, California, and several other states have imported and carefully nurtured herds of AnkoleWatusi, treating them as living art. These cattle grace pastures not just as showpieces but as conversation starters in luxury ranches and conservation efforts. Their meat is leaner than most other beef cattle, with lower cholesterol and fat levels, appealing to health-conscious consumers. Though not traditionally bred for high meat output, their beef is considered flavorful and healthy, making them a sustainable option for those looking to diversify cattle operations with something unique and eco-friendly. One of the most compelling stories around the AnkoleWatusi breed is its near-threatened status in some parts of Africa. Modern agriculture, climate change, land competition, and the rise of commercial breeds have pushed these heritage cattle to the margins. In Uganda, where they once roamed freely across vast lands, there is now concern that the breed could be diluted or lost altogether. The pressure to replace them with high-yield European breeds like Holsteins and Friesians for milk production is immense, driven by market demands. However, local communities and conservationists are fighting back, recognizing that preserving the Ankole is not just about keeping a breed alive, it's about protecting a cultural legacy that spans millennia. Efforts are underway to maintain pure bloodlines, promote ecotourism around Ankole herds, and educate new generations on the value of these living treasures. When you look into the deep brown eyes of an AnkoleWatusi, you're not just seeing a cow, you're seeing centuries of pastoral wisdom, natural resilience, and cultural pride. Their presence is almost mythical, a combination of raw nature and human tradition sculpted into one majestic form. Whether grazing peacefully on an African hilltop or parading in a Texas livestock show, they turn heads wherever they go. Ranchers describe them as calm, intelligent, and surprisingly gentle given their massive size and intimidating horns. They form strong social bonds and are known to be protective mothers. This gentle temperament, combined with their low feed requirements and heat resistance, makes them not only visually impressive but also practical in many modern ranching systems. In the age of sustainable and regenerative agriculture, the AnkoleWatusi may also hold clues to a better future. Their ability to survive and even thrive on sparse grazing land makes them ideal candidates for low-impact farming systems. While commercial breeds often demand high-quality feed, constant vet care, and cool environments, the AnkoleWatusi is a survivor. They can make use of marginal lands, walk long distances for water, and resist many tropical diseases. That means fewer inputs, lower costs, and greater adaptability, a dream for eco-conscious farmers looking to build resilient herds in a warming world. They may not produce the most milk or meat per head, but what they offer is a harmonious blend of sustainability, beauty, and cultural depth. As we peer into the future of livestock, the role of heritage breeds like the AnkoleWatusi becomes increasingly important. Genetic diversity in cattle is shrinking globally due to the dominance of a few commercial breeds. That's dangerous, not just for ecosystems, but for food security as well. A world dependent on uniform livestock is a fragile one, especially in the face of pandemics, climate shifts, and market volatility. The AnkoleWatusi represents a genetic reservoir of traits we cannot afford to lose: heat tolerance, disease resistance, and the ability to live in harmony with natural ecosystems. By supporting and promoting this breed, whether through conservation programs, breeding partnerships, or simple admiration, we contribute to a more diverse and resilient agricultural future. Their journey from the cradle of African civilization to elite ranches and conservation projects across the world is nothing short of epic. These cattle have crossed deserts, mountains, and oceans, carrying with them a legacy written in horn and hide. They are a bridge between the past and the future, tradition and science, art and agriculture. If livestock were royalty, the AnkoleWatusi would undoubtedly wear the crown. Their every horn turn and graceful stride speaks of a lineage too powerful to be forgotten. They are not just animals in a pasture. They are walking testaments to the ingenuity of nature and the cultures that shape them. So next time you see a photograph or video of an AnkoleWatusi bull, standing proud with its monumental horns catching the golden sunlight, take a moment to look beyond the surface. You're witnessing something rare, something sacred. You're looking at the King of Horns, a creature so unique and awe-inspiring that even time itself seems to pause in its presence. In a world racing toward efficiency and uniformity, the AnkoleWatusi reminds us that true beauty and strength often come from heritage, from resilience, and from standing tall in the face of changing tides. And that is why the AnkoleWatusi cattle are, and forever will be, like nothing you've ever seen. And there you have it, the majestic AnkoleWatusi cattle, truly the undisputed kings of horns. These animals aren't just stunning to look at. They carry with them thousands of years of heritage, survival, and cultural pride. From the sweeping plains of Africa to ranches around the world, their story is one of beauty, resilience, and legacy. In a time where fast-paced farming and uniformity dominate the livestock industry, the AnkoleWatusi stands tall, literally and symbolically, as a reminder of the value of tradition, diversity, and sustainable breeding. Whether you're drawn to their incredible horns, their noble history, or their role in preserving genetic diversity. One thing's for sure, the AnkoleWatusi is unlike anything else on Earth. If you were inspired or amazed by what you saw today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with fellow livestock lovers and help us spread the word about these living legends. Got a favorite ankole story or want to see more rare and beautiful cattle breeds? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more jaw-dropping animals from around the world.